Hello, hello. Welcome back to another Chris McPherson Show live watch along. Great to have you all already with us. We're bringing you Illawarra up against Adelaide. Some Thursday night hoops coming to you from Wollongong. Great to have you all tuning in. Really looking forward to this one. Of course, if you're joining us for the first time, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Like on the video, subscribe on the channel. But it is great to have you all with us. Let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. If you're having a bit of a wager as well, let us know what you've backed, what you've gotten around, and what you're chasing, and we'll try and keep you up to date with the live stats as we go. This is certainly a big one for these two sides. South East Melbourne have had a win earlier today, a very comfortable 114-83 over New Zealand, which now means that for Adelaide and South East Melbourne, it is neck and neck in the championship, in the title race for the premiership. Top of the ladder at the regular season, bragging rights. Who will it be? Adelaide need to win to stay in front. A loss would see them drop to second and be very vulnerable to even a drop to third here from the Sydney Kings. So we're looking forward to this. Great to have you all tuning in. As I said, get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Say hello. Let us know what your bets are, who you're cheering for, whatever else you might want to get involved in the comments, talk about. Happy to talk some other sports too. If you're following some other sports while this is happening, there's plenty going on in the sporting landscape at this time of year. So let us know. But let's have a look at who the starting sides are for these two. So starting with the away side, the Adelaide 36ers, they are 2-4 from their last 6 games. There's been talk of emergency meetings, players looking for the coach to move on, trying to oust him with the power brokers. Never a good sign, but often the flag for a bounce back. So we'll see what comes here. So for the Adelaide 36ers, Flynn Cameron, Isaac Humphries, their captain, Bryce Cotton, the set shooter, John Jenkins, and the big bustling man that is Zylan Cheatham. Starting 5, the bench, Matt Kenyon, Isaac White, Michael Harris, Keanu Rasmussen, Nick Rakocevic, I should say, and DJ Vasiljevic. And then for the Illawarra Hawks, we've got JaVale McGee, Tyler Harvey, Wani Swakala Bullock, Mason Peatling, and QJ Peterson starting. An extended bench being at home, Jackson Ball, William Davo Hickey, Daniel Greeter, Sam Froling, Bawali Bales, Johnny Narkle, Luca Yates, and Todd Blanchfield. Teams are going through their final warm-ups, so great to have you all tuning in. As I said, don't be shy. Get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're watching from. For the regulars, you know how it works. For those of you who are new, get in there as well. On the other side of it, we talked about Adelaide and their precarious position atop the ladder. Well, Illawarra, still a mathematical chance of making finals. If they win every game on the run home, and Tasmania only win 1, and New Zealand only win 2. Actually, New Zealand could win all 3. Then that will get them through. If Tasmania lose all of their last 3 or only win 1, and Illawarra can win all 5, they will be guaranteed a spot. Otherwise, it will come down to percentages. They are 3 games behind with 2 games in hand. So it is game on. I'm not quite sure what that is there, if what that comment is. Nick Rakocevic is coming back from a 1-game suspension as well after that fight night in Brisbane that we had last week. Certainly, again, wonderful to have you all with us. It's an interesting one. Do Adelaide bounce back, or do they continue their run? I think it's a perfect position for them away from home to try and get the unity and cohesion happening. If they don't get it here, they could very quickly find themselves sliding down the ladder over the next couple of days. Down to second, definitely if they lose tonight. Third, possibly if they go any further. Looking forward to the battle of the big men tonight. JaVale McGee up against Isaac Humphries. McGee, for mine, a first-team NBL player this year, despite the fact that the team hasn't been as strong. He's put up some ridiculous number of double-doubles now. He put one up last round against Perth with 18 points, 11 rebounds. And he keeps himself busy in the paint. And if he's given an inch, he'll take a mile. Humphries has got to try and drag him away from the post today, use his mobility, and see what he can do. There's probably some value there around some PRA for JaVale tonight. If he can get some early shots looking good, could absolutely be on. Not far away now from tip-off, guys. Make sure, as I said, don't be shy. Get involved in those comments. Hit like on the video. Get involved in the conversation. We bring it to you all live once we get underway here. Of course, if you'd like to hit subscribe on the video, we'd love that as well. Teams are coming out now, getting ready. A little bit delayed of tip-off. As I said, the earlier game, South East Melbourne, 114 up against New Zealand, 83. They've continued their offensive dominance that they've had in recent weeks, South East Melbourne. Isaiah Brockington led the way with 19 for New Zealand. But the numbers for South East Melbourne, Nathan Sobey, 21, Ian Clark, 23. DJ Mitchell, 12. Malik Lewis, 13. Jordan Hunter, 10. And Wes Awundu, 11. 6 players in double digits. When you start to look at some of those, Jordan Hunter, 10 points and 8 rebounds. DJ Mitchell, 12.7 rebounds. Malik Lewis, 10 rebounds, 13 points. Nice little double-double for him. So let's see how it all shapes. That's going to be QJ Peterson and Tyler Harvey, the guards for the Hawks. Swakala Bullock and Peatling will play the small and power forward, respectively. McGee will be the centre. The 36ers. It'll be Justin Jenkins and Bryce Cotton, the 2 guards, shooting and point. Flynn Cameron will play at the small forward. Dylan Cheatham will be their power forward. Isaac Humphries will take on the big man role. It's absolutely going to be game on. So looking forward to this. Don't be shy. Get involved in those comments. Hit like on the video. And of course, if you so feel, hit subscribe as well. We're trying to surpass that 700, push on to the 750 by the end of the NBL season. But we're all set for tip-off here. Adelaide on the road to Illawarra. It's going to be Cheatham, mano a mano up against JaVale McGee, the former 3-time NBA champion. And he got the jump on him there. Illawarra have the first possession. Working it around. Peatling lays it off. Nice little jumper there, and it's away for QJ Peterson. Illawarra get the opening score. We have a lag in our feed tonight, so apologies if we're a bit delayed. And working around Jenkins now. Cameron finds Cheatham at the top of the lane. He pulls back outside the 3-point arc. Goes back to Cameron, dribbles in. Cheatham takes it up, takes on Peatling, gets stopped. McGee with the rebound. No, they're going to say goaltending. 2-2. Early bucket for Cheatham. 2-2. 40 seconds gone. Peatling bringing it down the court. Hand off to Peterson. Thinks about going himself. Gives it back to Peatling. Fires it too hard into the glass. No bucket. Cotton weaving his magic. Takes a 3 from the top of the arc. Doesn't get it. Hey, Jay. That is a good question, mate. I have been working all the way through until just before tip-off, so I haven't done a lot of research. Oh, there's a big 3 for Tyler Harvey. That's the sort of impact you want to see from your shooting guard. Well outside the arc on the 45, and he just drains it, nothing but net. Humphries gives it off. Jenkins, 3-point jumper in response. Got his feet set and hits it. We're tied at 5s. 1:30 gone. Adelaide lead the head-to-head 3-0 so far this season. Swakala Bullock drives down the lane and takes 2. Just banks it in off the backboard. Cotton, just a sling pass to Cheatham, finds an open man inside. But that's great work, JaVale McGee. The bigger man up against Flynn Cameron just says, no thank you. Gives it off. Swakala Bullock from the right wing. Doesn't get 3. McGee gets the rebound. Bodying up against Cheatham. Spins around. Can't get it to go. Wins the rebound again. Misses again. Third time's the charm. And Illawarra lead by 4. That's one way to get up your rebound count. What are you looking at, Jay? What are you thinking, my friend? We know if Ken was here, he'd be saying on the overs. If Sir Nick was here, he'd be saying the unders. There's a little missed jumper there from Cotton. Swung wide, Swakala Bullock fires it off. Tyler Harvey, a little step across, drains another 3. That's big. That'll be a timeout, Adelaide, surely. 12-5 after 2 minutes 34. That's some good shooting for Illawarra. They've got off to a flyer here. You're on the under. Look, if in doubt, that tends to be my strategy, but I'll tell you what, we've had some burns last week. I'd say you would have got burnt in the earlier game today. The Breakers in South East Melbourne, I think 197 points. There's a 67-point second quarter, which is just a heartbreaker. I'd lean to Adelaide, to be fair. Top game. I'd lean to Adelaide, but I think the market was probably set up about right leading into this with Adelaide as favourites. Illawarra have to keep winning. They need at least 4, if not 5 wins from their last 5 games if they want to make the play-in. So there's some motivation there on home court, but whether they can go with this Adelaide side for 4 quarters, and then you've got the disunity that's in Adelaide at the moment. There's talk and rumours of player meetings, senior players having meetings with top brass trying to push out the coach, which is bizarre when they're sitting top of the ladder. I know they've gone 2 and 4 from their last 6, but they're still on top. Everything's in their control. But we will see. If I had to pick, I'd lean to Adelaide. It's hard to back against a man called Bryce Cotton, 5-time MVP. Back into it now. Cotton on the ball. Thinks about firing it out. Looking for a sweep option. Cameron doesn't present. They go back inside. They fire it back. Cheatham thinks about it. Goes in, takes it to the hoop. Just goes high with the backboard. Drops it in off the bank. 12-7. Great to have you all tuning in, guys. Make sure to hit like on the video. Get involved in those comments as well. QJ Peterson, nice little move there. Deep 3 shot. Doesn't go. Well off. Cotton takes a rebound. Swakala Bullock almost gives a foul. Make sure to hit like on that video, as I said. And if you're enjoying it, hit subscribe as well. And if you want to stay up to date with every time we go live, make sure to hit the bell. That bell button is the key. 12-7, 6:39 on the clock. Illawarra, Adelaide. No fouls in the opening 3 minutes 23. Isaac Humphries tries to fire it in. Misdirects it, and it goes over the baseline. It'll be Hawks ball. Illawarra to bring it in. 6 minutes 30 on the clock. Hey, I don't text. How are you, mate? McGee working his double team, trying to find the open man. Big lob pass. QJ Peterson keeps it in bounds, gives it to Harvey. What's the call here? Trying to work out what's happened here. We had a 3 in the key. Hey, Brian, I watch it on ESPN Australia. Yeah, 2 on Illawarra. All right, well, good luck. It'll be a great story if they can make it. The defending champions, big 3, and they drain it again. Harvey. He is on fire early. Tyler Harvey, 9 points, 3 threes from 3 attempts. He's shooting at 100%. Cameron crosses up Peterson, goes over the top, gets 2 back, gets it back to 6 points. 5:55 on the clock. I'm guessing, Brian, that you're in the US. David Hickey's out there, gets a nice little bucket, 2-pointer. Soft hands, finger roll under the hoop. Cotton on the ball, working now with Flynn Cameron. Hickey out there for Swakala Bullock. Cameron for 3, hits one back. There we go. 5-point ball game. Flynn Cameron, a nice one on the 45 from the right edge. 5:17 on the clock. First quarter action. David Hickey flings it back in. JaVale McGee does well, keeps himself inside the baseline. Crossing up, working against the man. Rakocevic is out there, but doesn't get it. DJ Vasiljevic now out there as well. 4 a.m. Nice and early. That's about nearly 8 p.m. here. Vasiljevic thinks about a 3, fires it across, gives it to Humphries. And there is a foul. It's going to be called on Mason Peatling. Humphrey's just running some screen movement. Too good. Didn't read it, Peatling, and just collided with him. DJ Vasiljevic trying to bring it in. He's going to have to watch the clock. He does well. Greeter's out there now as well. Ball swung wide. Mishandle. Matt Kenyon. Turnover with 2.4 on the shot clock. The Hawks ball. Dave Hickey runs the point. Vasiljevic working. Greeter trying to take himself into the lane. Does well. Just takes it up in. Banks it off the glass. 7-point lead again. 4:27 on the clock. Make sure to hit like on the video. Get involved in the comments, guys. Bounce pass misdirected from Cameron. The communication's not there. Good young talent. That's a very good question in this game. Not a huge lot that, players you're probably going to see push towards the NBA like you might see at a few other sides. Greeter for 3 from Illawarra out wide. He airballs. It leaves it about 2 feet short. Probably Flynn Cameron's the best of them, young Kiwi. I don't know whether he'll get to quite that level, but certainly will have some opportunities playing for Adelaide and where he goes. He's taken huge leaps this year. Now they work it around Cotton. Nice little mid-range jumper. Doesn't go. You don't see Bryce miss many of those. So, yeah, Flynn's mid-20s, to be fair. So, no real youngsters that I know of that are breaking down barriers here. Who'll win? I'm still leaning towards Adelaide, but Illawarra giving a red-hot crack. Cameron gives away a foul there. Will be classed as a shooting foul. He's going to say I fouled him before he hit the lane, but he's going to go to the line, Daniel Greeter. With one of the more trailer park mullets you've seen, Daniel Greeter. So, yeah, there's no one jumping out at me as young talent breaking down the door at the moment. Greeter gets the first one in this game, 20-12, 3:47 on the clock. Misses the second. DJ Vasiljevic with the rebound, fires it wide to the left. Cotton will dribble down the left-hand lane. Gives it back. DJ Vasiljevic goes for the 3 over the top. Doesn't quite drop, but the rebound's taken. Rakosevic is there. And Bryce Cotton's gone down. Lost the ball. Dave Hickey comes away with it. Slices through a couple. Greeter coming in, crashing the boards. Doesn't go. 2, 3 tips. Eventually, third tip. Dave Hickey gets it. And it's a 10-point lead for Illawarra. (22-12), 3:21 on the clock. Great to have you all tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from, what time it is, and who you're backing here. If you've got your bets on, unders, overs, lines, player points, player rebounds, whatever it might be. Zylan Cheatham. There's White. Kenyon. No, so that's Isaac White out there now. DJ Vasiljevic back to Zylan Cheatham at the top of the 3-point line. Rakosevic gives it off, gets it back. And he's fouled, and he'll get 2 shots. The foul's going against Bawali Bales for Illawarra, who's just come onto the floor. Of course, Adelaide do sit top of the ladder at the moment. A loss tonight would see them drop to second. But they are in our in-season cup, the Ignite Cup. Rakosevic hits that. (23-12), up 3 second free throw now. They will be in the Ignite Cup final. Misses the second. Froling takes the rebound. They fire it quickly down to Greeter. I'll take on the New Zealand Breakers, who officially knocked themselves out of play-in contention today. Oh, turnover there. Bryce Cotton read the bounce pass. Bawali Bales tries to push him out. Adelaide want a foul. They're not going to get one. I put that free throw on the wrong side before. Let me fix this up. 22-15. There we go. Sorry, guys. 2:35 on the clock. Rolling back to Bales. Blanchfield getting the work done. Doesn't get the rebound. Zylan Cheatham takes it. Gives it to Bryce Cotton. 2:22. 7-point game. Chance to cut that down here for Adelaide with the possession. Step back. 2-pointer doesn't go for Bryce Cotton. Kosovic takes it. Gives it back now. DJ Vasiljevic. Pulls back. A step back for 2. Hits the outside of the rim and doesn't drop. Blanchfield the rebound. Hands off for Hickey. Greeter on the quick break. Tries to get over the top, but can't take it. Rakosevic. Sorry, Rakosevic. I'll get used to the new pronunciation for him. DJ Vasiljevic bumping and bundling through in between everyone. Illawarra unpleased with some of the calls, but the foul's called against them. Greeter checks out. Swakala-Bullock checks back in. Cheatham gives it Cotton for 3. Doesn't quite hit it. Finds the front of the rim. Spins up off the backboard. And Bawali Bales comes away with the rebound. 1:37 on the clock. Rolling. Gives it wide. Davo Hickey sliding his way into the lane. Just cuts through the middle of everyone. Takes a nice easy layup. Rolled in with a finger roll. 24:15. 1:25 to go. Now Cheatham gives it to White. Pops it back. Rakosevic for 3. That's a big ball with just over a minute left. 6-point game. Minute 8 on the clock. Bounce pass wide on the left wing for Froling. He's double teamed. Davo Hickey's there. Gives it off. 3-point jumper for Todd Blanchfield. Nails that back to a 9-point game. Blanchfield's 150th game with the Hawks, and he drains a 3-pointer, fitting for the occasion. 50 seconds on the clock. Wiley Bales just hassling and hustling on Isaac White here. Rakosevic. Kosovic goes to lay it up himself, tries to bank it in, doesn't work. Bales back to Blanchfield. 32 seconds on the clock, and he turns it over. Zylan Cheatham takes it away. Pull up 3-pointer. Jenkins doesn't hit. Davo Hickey calls for calm. 3.5-second differential shot clock to game clock. 18 seconds on the game clock. Going to try and work this down. Jenkins defending. Froling tries to set the screen. Does well. Hickey. But no, they're going to say it was a foul on the screen. Froling didn't get his second foot down and just put the leg out. Again, guys, don't be shy. Get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what you're up to with your Thursday morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. And let us know where you're watching from. Any questions about the NBL, or you want to talk other sports? Super Bowl just around the corner. Cricket World Cup for people that are into the cricket. Davis Cup for the tennis. Lots happening. Fired wide Jenkins. 1.4 on the clock. Fires for 3 and hits it on the buzzer. That is a big bucket again. A 6-point lead for the Hawks at quarter time. 27-21. They lead Adelaide. Interesting times. The 36ers are going to have to stick with them here. Quarter time. Let's have a look at the numbers. For Adelaide, John Jenkins on 6 points. No other stats. Zylan Cheatham, 4 points, 1 rebound. Nick Rakosevic, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Flynn Cameron, 5 points, 1 rebound. The other side, Tyler Harvey leading all comers with 9 points. Davo Hickey, 6 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. It's a good start. And we're looking at JaVale McGee, 6 rebounds and an assist already, 2 points, just 20% shooting that. Interesting times. What are our takeaways from that first quarter? What do we think? Illawarra the real deal here, guys. They're going to start this winning run. Interesting times. Adelaide, they'll take on Melbourne United on Saturday. Win here would build some momentum. A loss here would make them 2 and 5 in their last 7, and probably a bit of blood in the water. Certainly interesting times. One of the most open and level leagues I can remember in this competition. What are our thoughts on the basketball trades at the moment? A few moves happening. Are we going to see Giannis Antetokounmpo move before the trade deadline? What are our thoughts so far? Kristaps Porzingis moving to the Warriors. It's an interesting one for mine. Ready for the second quarter and we're underway. Jenkins with a little fadeaway jumper. Almost dropped, but just spun away. They steal it away again. Jenkins this time for 3. This time he hits. Back to a 3-point ball game. Adelaide come out firing to start the second. Oh, well. Lonnie Swakala-Bullock now. Pass back into McGee. Swakala-Bullock tries to slice his way inside the lane. Gets it there. McGee was ready to tip it home, but didn't need to. 2 points. Illawarra. 45 seconds gone in the second quarter. You still there, Jay? What number did you take for the unders? Isaac Humphries gets an easy buck at the other end, just outside the post. 1 minute down, a bucket each in this second quarter. Apologies, two buckets to Illawarra, to Adelaide. Reach in foul on Jenkins against, who's he fouled there? Harvey. 187. What are we working? Under 45, so that first quarter was a little juicy for you. Not too bad though, he's still in the contest. Just need a quiet second. That'd be good. UJ Peterson for 3, doesn't get there. Hickey does get it. Cotton, a little fumble there from Humphries, but he manages to hang on. No one from Illawarra is paying attention. Cotton with a little jumper, misses another one. Bryce having an off night. 1 from 7. UJ Peterson fires it out wide. Cameron gets a hand in and it goes out of play. It'll be Hawks ball. It's a roller coaster. Sometimes you're ready to throw in the towel, JR, after one dusty quarter, and then have one good quarter and you think you're king of the world, and then they go and blow you out with another 60-point quarter or something. 3-pointer for the Hawks. Drained from out wide on the right wing. Tyler Harvey. He is absolutely on fire. He is 4 from 4 from 3-point range. And that's all the shooting he's done tonight. 12 points. Cotton swings it wide. Cameron for 3. Quick answer. Nothing but net there. That was beautiful. This is a 3-point shootout. Both sides 5 from 9 for 3-point shooting. Actually, Illawarra now 6 for 10. Sorry, Adelaide 6 for 10. Illawarra 5 for 9. Lobbed in. McGee looking for the alley-oop. Doesn't go. Cheatham gives it off. Cotton driving wide down the left lane. Into the paint. Swung wide. Isaac White open on the right wing. Hits a 3. 2 points. We're tight now. Illawarra call a timeout. 7:21 on the clock. Find some early points here. 18 points in 2.5 minutes. Pump the brakes anytime they want, JR. So Hawks time out inside their stadium here at Wollongong Entertainment Centre. 34-32, it's game on. 36ers have fought back. So yeah, interesting times looking at some of these trades in the NBA. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis to the Golden State Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Atlanta Hawks. Lonzo Ball on the move to Utah. Jock Landale, an Aussie, goes to the Atlanta Hawks. Chris Paul to the Toronto Raptors. Been a busy day. Marnie Dieng and Colin Sexton end up at Chicago. Mike Conley and Kobe White to Charlotte. Dante Exum, another Aussie. Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, all going to Washington. Dallas, Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley, plus plenty more. Back underway here. We'll come back to that in a moment. Dave O'Hickey goes for 3. Doesn't hit this time. He's missed one. James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's an interesting one, considering the rumours about Cleveland making another play for LeBron. Be a fair average age in that squad if they do that. Bounce pass in from Cheatham to Cotton. We're all tied up, 34 apiece. 6:45 on the clock till half time. Gidjo Peterson out for Harvey. I'm sorry, that's not Harvey. That is Hickey. Now that's Harvey. Fires it back to Hickey. Over the top to McGee. McGee bounced the pass in for Dave O'Hickey. Smooth move. Finger roll. Doesn't drop though. Can Adelaide grab their first lead of the game? Bryce Cotton steps inside after a fake for 3. Goes for 2. Doesn't get it. Kenyon gets the rebound. Tries to fire a cute pass wide to Isaac White. It's intercepted and White then comes back and fouls on Dave O'Hickey. There's certainly some interesting movements, some names moving. Nikola Vucevic will go to the Boston Celtics for Anthony Simons. Mike Conley's already on the move. He went to Chicago yesterday. He's gone again. Jock Landale, as we said, moved from Utah. He went to Utah for a day. It's the joys of basketball. Now he'll be over at Atlanta. Utah get Lonzo Ball instead. Drop Reith, another one. He's gone to Atlanta. So there's a couple of Aussies getting together there. Missed jumper there from Tyler Harvey, not working for him. What are our takeaways, guys? Any thoughts on any of the NBA stuff? I'm happy just to keep talking to myself either way. Inbound ball for Adelaide. DJ Vasiljevic gives it to Flynn Cameron. Open 3 for Bryce Cotton. Still can't hit. MVP is having a tough night. 2 from 10. Cheatham. Now for Humphreys. Humphreys gets a jumper for 2. And now Adelaide get their first lead of the match with 5:40 on the clock till half time. Be sure getting those comments, guys. Let us know. Thoughts on anything, any sports. Happy to chat at all. Another miss for Illawarra. DJ Vasiljevic goes in, banks it up, doesn't hit it, but he's fouled on the way through, so he'll go to the line for 2. The Illawarra faithful will be calling for some misses here because they want the cheeseburgers. Reminder in the NBL, 2 missed free throws from 1 visit to the line from an away player, visiting player, road team. And the home fans, or any fans, get free cheeseburgers at Hungry Jack's, which is the Aussie Burger King, the next day. Pretty good deal. You just need the code word. They're not getting it this time. Vasiljevic hits. Adelaide lead by 3. Good swing here. Illawarra led by as much as 10 in that first quarter, sorry. 2 from 2 for DJ. Out to a 4-point lead. Going on a real run here. Illawarra need to find some fight back. 12 unanswered points here. Peatling lays it off. Harvey looking for an option. Goes to Peterson outside the 3-point line. Finds Greeter inside. He's going to body up against DJ Vasiljevic. Tries to outmuscle and just doesn't work out. Then gives away a silly foul on Rakocevic. 5 minutes on the clock. Midpoint of the second quarter. It's in the balance, this one. Don't go too far. Well, Harvey down the man in double digits so far. JaVale McGee flying with the rebounds, though. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block already. Lynn Cameron working overtime to turn Daniel Greeter inside out. Gives it off to DJ Vasiljevic, who leaves it a little short. Spins off the front of the rim and doesn't drop. Illawarra get a chance to respond. QJ Peterson. Harvey had an open 3, decided better of it, then took it inside and missed from inside the lane. They're losing their touch. Illawarra, their shooting percentages dropped down to 40%. Cameron slides his way around the lane, doesn't go. Humphries takes a rebound. He's on the deck. Cameron went down as well. He might have just slipped. The referee says there was some contact that was illegal, so we're going to have a foul. Very quiet in the chat tonight, guys. What are our thoughts? What are our takeaways so far? We think Adelaide's going to run away with it now. Their leading scorers, Jenkins 9 points, Cameron 8 points so far. Ball to DJ Vasiljevic, fake for the 3, then goes again and hits it. All of a sudden they lead by 7. What a swing this quarter's been. Vasiljevic up to 5 points. First 3 of the night. Trolling out wide on the right wing. Drives his way in. Gives it off. Fired in underneath for Swakala Bullock, who swings it in and banks it in around the bucket to get 2 back. They're rocketing through these points, JR. Cotton. Oh, he's bounced the ball into his own foot, out of bounds. There's a blessing for Illawarra. Illawarra ball on the baseline. 3:53 on the clock. They trail by 5. They led by as much as 10 earlier. They managed to at least halt Adelaide's 15-point unanswered run. Yeah, neither team's really defending overly, to be fair. JaVale McGee outside the 3-point arc. Lobs it over the top. Peterson was flying through, but Adelaide on the quick break. DJ Vasiljevic drives down outside Swakala Bullock. Fires it back out wide. Pop it over the top, back to Vasiljevic. Mismatch against Froling. Fires it into Humphries in the lane. Gets the outside of McGee. Hands it off. And over the top goes Rakocevic. 3:07 on the clock. Peterson to McGee. McGee tries to go over the top, and Humphries just comes in with the big don't argue. None of that here. Bounce pass. Cameron fires it back. Crashing it in. Tipping it in. Rakocevic tips in. Humphries miss. 9-point lead, and I think we're going to have another timeout from the Hawks. This is nearly a 20-point swing since the midpoint of the first quarter. 36ers took a little warm into this one, but now they are cooking with gas. Just join us for the first time. Make sure to hit like on the video. Get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what you're looking for. You're watching some wagers. Just keeping up to date with the score line. We'll be here for the whole game. Bring it all to you. Of course, if you like your NBL or like following along the NBL, make sure to hit subscribe on the channel. Plenty more content as well around other sports. Cricket to football to rugby and plenty of basketball, clearly. Formula One as well. Bringing plenty more to you over the coming days, weeks and months. Look to continue to grow this channel. Timeout all done. 2:57 on the clock. 9-point lead for the 36ers. The ladder leading 36ers. A loss tonight would see them drop to second. A win just gives them a little bit of breathing room at the top. Dave O'Hickey just slices through the middle, down through the lane, lays up for two. Cut it back to a 7-point ball game. 2:41 on the clock. Cotton, Humphreys, wide now to Cameron. Peterson trying to bounce off, defend both of them. McGee pushing Humphreys outside the lane. Cotton fires it back. Rakosevich goes for three. McGee gets the rebound. That'll be 8 for JaVale. We're not even at half time yet. Still 2:15 to go. They have Hickey doing the work. Peterson fires it out. Back to Hickey now. Goes wide to Froling. Froling cuts in after McGee vacates the lane but can't get it to go. Kosovic with the rebound. Cotton now. Taking it down the other end. Inside the final 2 minutes of the first half. Cotton. Bounce pass. That's nice. Humphreys slides his way into the lane past Peterson. Rolls it off the outside of the wrist for another two. Back to a 9-point lead. 1:46 on the clock. Hickey on the 45 outside the three. Drives in. A little jump pass. Gives it off to Froling, who takes it to the hoop. They're up to 40. They still trail by 7, though. They need to get some stops. 1:30 on the game clock. DJ Vasiljevic for three. Fires it in flat. Doesn't hit. Finds the front of the rim instead. Peterson takes it down court over halfway. Dave O'Hickey. Little hand signals for Swakala Bullock. Hickey rolls in. Rolls the ball wide. Swakala Bullock on the 45 for three, and he hits it. That is a nice play. Drag the numbers into the post, and then fire the long three. Back to a 4-point ball game. We've got a timeout. Adelaide. 1:11 on the clock. Well, well, well. Now the turntables turn. Interesting times. Just watching what comes out of this. Animation in both the benches. Again, if you're joining us for the first time, love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel too if you enjoy the content, you like the NBL. The more we grow the channel, if we can get it to a point where we get past 1,000, then we'll be able to bring you some other leagues as well as plenty of other content as we go. As I said, keep an eye on this NBA trade period. Will it drop that deal for Giannis Antetokounmpo or not? Minnesota Timberwolves making a late play. Miami Heat. Golden State may be in the conversation. Just signed Porzingis. Is he a piece they want to bring in to move on? But we're back underway here. Adelaide with a nice little 2-pointer there. Rakocevic gets us to a 6-point lead for the 36ers on the road. Dave O'Hickey here. 30-second differential game clock to shot clock. JaVale McGee's going to back his way in, and Bryce Cotton just comes around and says, focusing on that man you're reversing into, I'll have the ball. Thanks for coming. Fires it out. Swakala Bullock. He does come away with it. Pops it long. Rakocevic takes it. Rakocevic, sorry. 29.4 on the clock. What have we got here? I'm going to pull it up to get the floor sorted after a few players slipped over. I think it's going to be Adelaide ball still. And Cameron was there, reaching for the ball. Swakala Bullock ends up on the ground. Here we go. 7-second differential shot clock to game clock. Adelaide in possession. A lead by 6 heading into half time. 92 is not a bad number so far, Jail. Cotton, bounce pass. Zylan Cheatham gets it, and he's going to get the and one, which doesn't help as soon as I've said that. 51 up for them. And he'll go to the line for an additional shot. I think that's what's happening. Just trying to get clarification here. Certainly is. Cheatham at the line. 11.1 seconds on the clock. 51-43. 11.1 on the clock. Here we go. Cheatham at the line. Doesn't get it. McGee, another rebound. That should take him to double digits. That might be his ninth. 5 seconds. Harvey goes all the way in, up and over. Doesn't go, though. Gets dropped down, but has been waved away. I think he's been fouled, so we go to the line for 2. McGee wants the bucket to count with 0.4 on the clock. Tyler Harvey will go to the line. 0.4 on the clock. I could have just closed that last play down, Jair, and just managed the clock. It would have been a lot better for you, but he's still not completely out of it. No, they've adjusted the clock now. 1.7 on the clock that after the 2 free throws. Illawarra get the first. Back to a 7-point game. And the second. 6-point game. 1.7 on the clock. All given off. Cotton lobs it. Hits and hopes. Oh, finds some rim, but wasn't quite enough to drop in. Banked it in off the backboard from over halfway. 6-point ball game. That's quite the swing. 12-point swing in that quarter. (30-18), so 48-point quarters back to back. Let's run through before we take a short break. We'll start with the Adelaide 36ers. Leading the way for them is Nick Rakocevic with 10 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist. Plus throw in 2 steals. He's having a great night. We've also got John Jenkins, 9 points. Nothing else to talk of, really. 8 points for Flynn Cameron, 1 rebound, 1 assist. 6 points for Isaac Humphries, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. 6 points, Zylan Cheatham, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. So when he keeps these numbers up, he could be up for a triple-double. I don't see too many of those in the NBL in recent times. And DJ Vasiljevic, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Go on the other side, 14 points for Tyler Harvey. No rebounds, no assists. 10 points, Dave O'Hickey. 3 rebounds, 4 assists. 9 points, Swakala Bullock. 1 assist, no rebounds. And then just mostly minor numbers after that. But JaVale McGee, 2 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists and a block. They are some good numbers at the moment. Looking through, Froling with 5 rebounds as well, notable to talk of. We'll take a little bit of a break, guys. Yeah, Juice, it's that's just Adelaide. They got the run on. But again, the NBL, the league where anything can and does happen. But it's half time. 6-point ball game. Still in the balance. Adelaide have the advantage, that's for certain. We'll take a little break. We'll rejoin you very, very soon, about 7 or 8 minutes with the second half. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Like on the video, subscribe on the channel, and get involved in those comments. Don't be shy. We'll look forward to seeing you for the second half very soon here on the Chris McPherson Show, live watch along. Welcome back, guys. Just in time. Tip-off only a second or so away as they get underway for this third quarter. Great to have you all with us tuning in. Coming straight underway, and Illawarra get it started with JaVale McGee. They straight out of the blocks. Wonderful start. And he's going to get the N1 as well here, the big man. He's trying to tip it in and just pushed away from the bucket, they say, by Zolan Cheatham. So 10 seconds gone, and he's already at the free throw line. Doesn't get it, though. Cheatham with the rebound, maybe fittingly so. Bounce pass into Cheatham, fires it wide. Jenkins tries to get it. Collision between he and Harvey as Harvey tried to spin out of the way and avoid the foul. And to have you with us. Game on in this third quarter. 4-point ball game. Adelaide, Cheatham for 3. Doesn't go. McGee gets the rebound. He's going to be pulled up here. Yeah, double dribble there from JaVale McGee. Had it on the right, had it on the left, grabbed it in both hands. Now, Adelaide back in possession. On the Illawarra Hawks juice. Well, bad news is Bryce Cotton's just banked another bucket. And he's been sniped. Nearly fallen over there. 53-47. Just under a minute gone in this third term. Great to have you all tuning in. We'd love it if you could hit like on the video. If you're enjoying the content, hit subscribe. Tyler Harvey for 3. Doesn't go. Ball now back with Flynn Cameron. Minute and 10 seconds gone here in the third quarter. Cameron returns it in. Humphreys collides with Peatling. And Peatling didn't give way. So it's going to be a foul. A little bit of conjecture between Peatling and McGee. Humphreys hits those. Gets 2 more for Adelaide. They lead by 8 now. They're starting to stretch it out. 8:40 on the clock. Not looking good for the Hawks punters. QJ Peterson rolls in. Hits a nice little mid-range, short to mid-range jumper, I think you'd call it. He's up to 4 points, is Quentin. Now a little bit of confusion and conjecture. What's happening here? Peterson going to the line, is he? No, it's going to be Tyler Harvey after all that. A little bit of confusion. Game is rapidly moving on. Adelaide get another bucket. Get the stop at the other end, and they go again. Bryce Cotton with 3 points. This makes an 11-point lead and brings up 6,700 career points for the great man. He set up Humphreys first, then came straight back down. Slid across to the top of the 3-point line, just outside the edge of the lane, and bang. He's off to a slow start. He's warming into it now. He's up to 9 points. And Illawarra call a timeout. Timeout here. They're just coming out of it. Harvey working around, bounce pass inside. Froling fires it back in. Peatling gets the bucket back. Get it into single digits, 7:33 on the clock. Flynn Cameron, nice little spin move, eventually drops. They keep that lead at 11. Three-pointer doesn't go for Illawarra. They're going all out. They're going for broke, and it's not panning out for them. 10% difference in shooting. Cotton gets one, bobbles, banks, drops. All of a sudden, they lead by 13. They're blowing this one out. Froling, trying to find an avenue, backing up into Humphreys, gets to the edge of the lane, tries to push off and find a gap, gets over the top, gets it to drop, and he's going to get the end one. That helps. So Cotton not happy with that. Froling did well to earn the N1. Now he's got to capitalise on it. He doesn't. They miss the shot, and Adelaide come away with the rebound. It remains at 11 points, 6:37 on the clock. Illawarra turn it over. They take it from Adelaide here. Cotton just losing his footing there, going up against Swakala Bullock. Well. A little bit of dispute, a little bit of argument here as they try and figure it all out. Interesting times. Nice bounce pass in there. Beautiful ball moving. Harvey in under the hoop. They get another one back. Get it back to 9 points. They've got to get a stop here, though. Tyler Harvey up to 16 points. All the offense in the world isn't helping them if the defense isn't working. Cheatham fires wide. Jenkins over the top of 2. Doesn't go. That starts to help. Illawarra working it all around. Harvey, Swakala Bullock working together. Davo Hickey. Frolling's there, thinks about the layoff. The defence splits, so he opens it up, tries to go over the top and banks it in. That's better from Illawarra. Chipping away back to 7 points. Frolling to 6 points, 5 rebounds. 5:35 on the clock till three-quarter time. Cotton fakes the 3, gives it inside. Rakocevic gets a 2. They make it look easy there. He's up to 12 points. Froling doing a lot of work. Opens up Peatling for 3. Drains it. That is big from Peatling. That helps. 6-point ball game. 5:10 on the clock. Toing, throwing. It's all on here. Make sure if you haven't already, hit like on the video. Get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Who are you barracking for? Have you got some wagers, bets on the game? Cheatham underneath. Peatling gives the foul. Not happy about it, though. Oh, well. This is in the balance. Just showing back that beautiful three-pointer from Peatling. That was clean. Cheatham goes to the line for 2 to extend it back to an 8-point lead. Cheeseburger's on the line for the home fans. It's the first one. It's the second as well, Cheatham. Good free throw shooting. Peatling's going to check out. Greeter checks in. 4:53 on the clock. Greeter handoff. Swakala Bullock back to Dave O'Hickey. Inside Harvey trying to slice his way through. Can't find anyone. Hickey deep of the 3-point line. Strides forward inside the arc. Bounce pass looking for Froling. I think there's a touch there from Rakocevic, and he owns that and says, yep, I've got a hand on that. Couldn't reel it in, though. So it'll be Illawarra ball. 14 on the shot clock. Ball lobbed back for Froling. He steps back inside, takes on Rakocevic. Goes up and over, tries to bank it in, doesn't go. Vasiljevic takes the rebound. Cameron trickling down the side. I was about to say Cotton's off for a rest, but no, he's just hiding over on the right wing. Cheatham back. Rakocevic. Vasiljevic back for Rakocevic. Goes to get the loose pass, and it's taken away. Vasiljevic gives the foul there. 4:10 on the clock. 68-60. What can they do here? Bryce Cotton now trying to do the work. 8-point ball game, 3:52 on the clock. Kosovic slices between three and somehow finds the hoop and makes it a 10-point game again. Up to 14 points, he's 7 rebounds. Could he be tracking for a double-double? Plenty on here. Cheatham's 8 and 5. Illawarra can't get the bucket. Cameron comes away on the fast break. 3:22 on the clock. 10-point ball game. Adelaide holding the advantage. Don't be shy to get involved in those comments, guys. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what you're up to for your Thursday. As Vasiljevic's 2-pointer is waved away. An illegal block. An illegal screen on Rakocevic. As we have a clip back there, DJ Vasiljevic's 2-pointer bobbled out and Dave O'Hickey wore it in the side of the head. 70-60, it'll be greeted at inbound the ball. Hickey looking for a lane, doesn't come. QJ Peterson's there deep of the 3-point line, gets a big 3 shot in, banks off the back. Froling takes the rebound, under pressure. Plenty of time though, 10 seconds still on the shot clock. Up against Rakocevic. Michael Wells, the coach, is so animated at the sideline. He's running out of room, gives it to Harvey. He has a shot, doesn't get anywhere near where he needs to. And it's stopped, and away comes Bryce Cotton with it. 2:35 on the clock in this third quarter. Cotton. The Rakocevic handoff back to Cotton. Slides in against Froling. It's going to be a foul. Froling was backpedaling. Not sure what the argument here is. Never set. Makes sense. The Illawarra fans getting into them. Cotton makes it count. Hits both free throws. 72-60. 12-point lead. Almost their biggest of the night. 2:28 on the clock here. Overs bet just in the balance, jail. You have to say you slide outsider, but it's certainly far from over. QJ Peterson trying to do the work. This one's drifting out of a contest. DJ Vasiljevic breaks up the play, gets the steal. Cotton works his way in. 6,700 career points. Goes for three. Bryce Cotton finds the front lip of the rim. Lob downfield. Dave O'Hickey puts it up for Greeter. Banks it in off the glass. Wasn't the cleanest alley-oop, but it counts two nonetheless. 2:01 on the clock. 10-point ball game. Cheatham back to Isaac White. Kosovic. Cotton. Zylan Cheatham's going to go in to work in the paint. Fires it in off the back of the glass into the front of the rim. Doesn't go. DJ Vasiljevic fakes the three. Leans his way in, rolls it up, and over it drops, and he'll get the and one as well. Adelaide, everything is coming up 36ers. Vasiljevic at the line. Hits his next one as well. It's a 13-point lead now. .135 on the clock in this third quarter. Dave O'Hickey gives it in now. Froling on the edge of the lane. Fires it out. QJ Peterson for three. Doesn't get it. Greeter tries to get a hand to it, but Cheatham comes out on top. Vasiljevic takes it down the other end. Nice little pass in. Kosovic, and it's swatted into next week by Greeter. No foul given. Kosovic looks a little confused, but it'll be Adelaide ball. Vasiljevic brings it back in. 1:10 on the clock. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Cotton gives it. Kosovic, Cotton for three. Hits it again, the big man. Well, not so big man, but the great man, the five-time MVP. 78-62, biggest lead of the game in the shadows of three-quarter time. Illawarra and getting blown out here. JaVale McGee's going to try and do it all himself. Pops it over the top instead. Hickey, wide, Greeter for three. Gets one back. Wasn't the cleanest, but it is 3 points nonetheless. Back to 13s. Not ideal, but they need to get a stop here. 38 on the clock. Cotton goes in, takes on four, swings it wide. A fumble there from White. That works for the Hawks. 11.3 second differential. Shot clock to game clock. Illawarra need to get a bucket here. Going with some momentum into three-quarter time. JaVale McGee's the man. He drops the two. 11 points. They might get another possession here. If they could get a stop, it would be huge. Cotton on the ball. No, they've waved it away and said no. No shot clock, game clock situation. They're in line. We're just running the shot clock. So it's all on Adelaide now. Bryce Cotton will manage it down to single digits before he makes his move. Tries to lure in the defence. They're setting up the zone coverage. Kenyon, 3.3, but he's touched the sideline with his heel. Trying to spread them too far. So Illawarra will have 4.6 seconds to work with here as we head in towards three-quarter time. Try and get a response. Get it into single points and make it some sort of contest. Dave O'Hickey gets it, does it all himself, and I think he's going to get the end one as well, is he? No, he's not. No, he's not. 9-point ball game at three-quarter time. A good little flurry there from the Hawks. Heading into the break. Great to have you all tuning in at three-quarter time. Make sure to hit like on the video. Get involved in those comments. And, of course, if you're enjoying the content, hit subscribe. Don't be shy. It's gone very quiet since halftime, gang. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you've got some wagers on the game, let us know as well. We'll ride those with you over the fourth quarter. I know we've got Jaya riding those unders. Looking a little nervy after that little flurry at the end. Need a low-scoring 40-point fourth quarter. Over 191.5, Elijah. Well, you're looking all right at the moment. What are we at the moment? 147, so you only need a 45. Still not home, but based on what we've seen so far, you'd be reasonably confident. As long as it doesn't land between 187 and 191, we're going to have a winner. I'll hopefully be back in the coming days with a few of our Hoops Hype videos too, where we give a few tips. An absolute fill-up the other day where we had Jack McVeigh. We tipped him into when Cairns played Tasmania. We tipped him in to go over 21.5, 25 plus, 30 plus, and 35 plus at plus 1150. Was the 35 plus, and he hit 40 points. What is it you don't understand about Tyler Harvey, Elijah? Happy to try and clarify. It's probably something that doesn't make sense to me either. There's a lot of things. He's a citizen now. Well, it'll help his team in the long run because it's the same as Bryce Cotton. Because it would mean that if he's an Australian citizen, then they can bring in another import. So he doesn't count as an import then. Is essentially how it works. So they have a limited number of imports that they can have. So, yeah, so I don't know that he's a citizen. I think he's got permanent residency. So, yeah, if he gets his citizenship, which he's they're working through the process of, once he gets the citizenship, which he may have in time for next season, which is exactly what Bryce Cotton's gone through, it means that Adelaide now have that capacity to bring in 3 other imports because they no longer take up an import spot. They're just an Australian roster spot. But we are rocking and rolling for the fourth quarter. Yeah. So that's exactly how it works, mate. Fourth quarter's underway. Adelaide in possession. A stop early for Illawarra could be huge. Bryce Cotton in for Zylan Cheatham. Goes into the lane. That's a soft foul. Cheatham too smart. Be a shooting foul too. He'll go to the line. Blanchfield not happy about it, but it's pretty clear cut. Cheatham at the line. He's 2 from 3 at the free throw so far. 3 from 4 now. 10-point margin. Remembering that halfway through that first quarter, Illawarra led by 10. Cheatham gets his second as well. I'm sure there's something happening with my scoreboard or their scoreboard. We'll work that out in a moment. Definitely there is not updating. As Dave O'Hickey goes to the hoop and slams it down. 80-71 here early in the fourth. Cotton fires it to Cheatham. Cheatham back. Working it around. Nice bounce past Cameron to Cheatham into Isaac Humphries in the lane. That's a nice bit of ball movement from the 36ers. Goes out of bounds. They're trying to claim that it was touched. What's the call here? Consultation between the referees. Looks like it's going to be Adelaide ball. No, it is Illawarra ball in at the baseline. There we go. Result for the Hawks. Lobbed up for McGee. He gets up against Humphries. Goes over the top. Doesn't drop. But he's going to get fouled and he's going to go to the line and try and reduce this deficit. I'm sure if you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel. You hit that bell notification icon too. It'll let you know when we go live, when we drop all of our videos as well. We'll keep you up to date with all of our content. McGee hits the first. 72-82, 10-point ball game. Minute 16 gone in this final term. It's the second as well. Under double digits now. As I said, don't be afraid. Get involved in those comments. Don't be shy. Let us know where are you tuning in from. What's the time? What are you up to with your Thursday morning, afternoon, evening? Great to have the likes of Elijah and Juice and Jaya getting involved in the comments. As Adelaide get another bucket back through Cotton. He's starting to find his shooting range now, the 5-time most valuable player. Hickey gives it off to McGee. McGee's going to dribble it into the side of the lane, goes up over the top. Can't get it to go. Humphries gets in the way. 8:05 on the clock. Jenkins calling for it, gets his feet set, open. Not often you see a miss from Jenkins when he's open for three. Lobbed in, looking for the alley-oop. McGee can't keep it in bounds, though. Just overthrown a little bit. They're trying their luck now, Illawarra. They've got to go for something here. They're down by 11 with less than 8 minutes to go. Now Cheatham trying to sell a foul. Gets told to play on and get on with it. Gives a loose pass instead. Davo Hickey goes for it. Brings it up. And Cheatham will be called for goaltending. 9-point ball game. Davo Hickey now will be up to 16 points as well alongside Tyler Harvey. It's a nice clear cut one. You would have to think. Great to have you all tuning in. We've got a timeout now. Might be a coach's challenge. I'm not sure. Just working out what's happening. They've gone to an ad break on the stream. Doesn't help our cause. $75. Plays 84. Could be some comeback from here for Illawarra. It'd be monumental considering where Adelaide have been the last couple of weeks. What will it be? Looked to me like Cheatham was selling that for all the rent. The ball's above the hoop to me. We get back underway here. All stands Adelaide ball. 7:35 on the clock. Cotton finds Humphries open for three. Gets back to Cotton. He goes for the three-point shot. Doesn't go. McGee gets the rebound. Gets taken off him. Humphries in the paint. McGee swats it away. Comes off Humphrey's leg. What a block. It's big for Illawarra. It's what they need. And those of you that are joining us, jump into those comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. What's happening on your Thursday? You're watching the NBA trade deadline as well as it approaches. Not far away now. Hickey into Peterson. Fires it wide. Harvey for three. Open three and spins around the hoop but drops. 6-point ball game. Telling me there's a chance. Absolutely game on here. All fired in. Humphreys gives it to Cotton. Sweet play for Cameron. Back to the top of the three-point line. Greeter cops a bump. They fire it wide for Jenkins for three and bang. Ice in his veins. Doesn't miss those. Justin Jenkins very often. 87-78. 6:37 on the clock. Illawarra need to find an answer. Dave Hickey, is he the answer? And he's no Allen Iverson, but he gets it out to Greeter. Little fake for the three. Fires it back. Hickey for three and boom. Drops it, but it's waved away. Let's have a look here. Not sure why it's waved away, to be honest. And they work it to Jenkins at Adelaide. We'll pop past to Cameron, trying to cross it up against Harvey. McGee gets the hand in there, gets the stop again. JaVale starting to warm into this nicely. 3-point shot, and there it is. QJ Peterson. Can't wipe that one off. My goodness, if they had allowed the last one, it would have been a 3-point ball game with 5:47 on the clock. It is livening up here. Illawarra trying to come back and fight their way. Peterson. They can't get it the first go. They get it the second go. Cameron doesn't get it. Humphreys does. And now JaVale McGee is down holding. I'm not quite sure what he's holding. I thought he was holding his third leg for a moment there, but he's not. 8-point ball game. 5:38 on the clock. Clint Cameron wanted a foul here, and you can see why. When big JaVale McGee collided with his chest, closing the space. He seems a little brittle for a very big man, does JaVale. Illawarra Hawks now. This will be 4 losses in a row, I think. If they did so well to close that gap and get themselves in contention. Almost all but locked in terms of the top 6. Foul called on Isaac White here. Nowhere near the bonus at the moment, Illawarra. It's 3 fouls, so must be inbound sideline ball. 5:31 on the clock. Been great to have you all with us. Love it if you hit like on the video. Harvey curls that one on the 3-point shot, but doesn't quite drop. I love it if you could like the video. Hit subscribe on the channel, trying to get to 700 in the next day or two. And all of a sudden, Adelaide answer with a 3. Bryce Cotton is that cold. 92-81. 5 to go here. QJ Peterson goes straight back. It's a 3-point shootout. Ante Peterson to 13 points. 6 36ers in double digits. 3 Hawks. Bryce Cotton now leading all comers. Illawarra get the stop. QJ fires it in. Dave Hickey out. Tyler Harvey for 3. And he hits it. My word. 5-point ball game. It is game on. It's like they both can't miss at 3-point shots at the moment, these two sides. Illawarra are shooting better from 3 than they are from 2. They're 12 from 22 from 3. And 23 from 59 from 2. Adelaide, meanwhile, are almost on par in both areas, shooting at 53% overall, 48% from 3. Big numbers. Big numbers. 12 from 25 versus 12 from 22. We've seen 72 points from threes tonight. It is a timeout here for Adelaide. Trying to stem that bleeding as Illawarra try and turn the screws and close this one down. Tyler Harvey with that three-pointer goes back to the leading scorer on the night. Got Harvey 22, Cotton 21, Dave O'Hickey 16, Humphreys 14, and Rakocevic 14. You've also got Jenkins 12, Cheatham, Cameron for 10, QJ Peterson for 10 as well. Justin Tatum gives the final instructions to his team. Well, they head back out there. 4:42 on the clock. 5-point ball game. Adelaide have held the momentum since the second quarter. Now led for a bit over 21 minutes of the game. Cotton for another three. Hits it again. My goodness, the man can shoot. They're going to have to find an answer to Bryce Cotton, that's for sure. Getting a three-point shootout all you want, but when you're trailing by 8, it's not helping the cause. Dave O'Hickey fires it out. Greeter. Cheatham called a foul on McGee. It'll be an interesting one. I'm going to take Cheatham, I think, to 4 personal fouls. Flicked out. Greeter wide on the left wing. Hits the front of the rim while Redflynn and Cameron intercepts it as Harvey was about to get there. But they get the quick steal to Illawarra. Dave O'Hickey gets the bucket. 6-point ball game. It's livening up, people. Don't be shy. Get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Greeter does well to keep it in bounds. Cotton takes it, though. Cheatham, little 2-point jumper. Doesn't get it. Tipped again. Comes off JaVale McGee's head. Batted off Rakocevic onto McGee's head. They'll have the ball. Yes, Justin Tatum is Jason's dad. That's correct. Elijah. I don't think we'll ever see Jason coming out here for a cameo. I think his level might be a bit above. I'm still wondering, as Bryce Cotton goes for another three here, doesn't get it. QJ Peterson with the rebound for Illawarra. Still wondering why a team didn't make a move for Ben Simmons at some point. Maybe it's just he's not prepared to come out here. Yeah, it's great. He led them as coach to a championship last year, as you may be aware. I don't think he's been heavily involved in Jason. Dave O'Hickey with a little tip in after the missed McGee dunk. 4-point ball game. 3:15 on the clock. Adelaide with no fouls to give either. Cotton. Vasilovic has his pocket picked. That is nice work, Tyler Harvey. Lobs it up for Dave O'Hickey. Nice alley-oop. Dave O'Hickey slipped over and landed face first. 2-point ball game. This is coming down to the wire. 3 minutes on the dot, on the clock in this fourth quarter. Hopefully, Dave O'Hickey is okay. Hopefully, he's just knocked the wind out of himself. Good to have you all tuning in, guys. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Hit the bell notification and get involved in the comments. Elijah's doing a lot of heavy lifting for all of you at the moment, keeping me entertained, keeping me engaged while we're talking through this game, asking the questions. Just show the replay there. His right foot just caught some liquid and slipped out from under him, well over the baseline. Just popped up that alley-oop. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's not. His leg was fully extended, so hopefully he hasn't strained a hamstring or anything. Looks like he's back to his feet, Dave O'Hickey, and he's said to the coach he's okay. A little bit of a rub of the groin, just testing it. Ben Cameron working it down the court. 2:52 on the clock. 2-point ball game, Adelaide. Surely they can't let this slip. They've had a few fade outs. Cameron goes in, doesn't get it to go, but gets the rebound himself after McGee gets a tip. Cotton for 3. Drops it short. JaVale McGee takes it away. Holds onto the ball and hands it off to Peterson. 2 minutes 30 on the clock. Peterson gets a matchup with Cheatham. Can he create the offset or the mismatch here? Zone defense from Adelaide. Greedy trying to work to some space. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Peterson fires it wide. McGee back inside. Turns it over. Cotton's ball. Adelaide with it. 2:10 on the clock. 17 on the shot clock. Cotton slices his way into the lane. Fires it out. DJ Vasiljevic for 3. Doesn't go. Swakala Bullock gets the rebound. Speaking of rebounds, JaVale McGee up to 12 for the game. Solon Cheatham's got 10 rebounds, 13 assists, and 10 points. He's hit the triple-double, has the big man. Yeah, DJ hasn't played a lot today, I don't think. He's 2 from 6, which is a bit down for him. But, yeah, only 16 minutes. Elijah. Cotton trying to manage the clock here. 2-point ball game. Up against Greeter. 5 on the shot clock. He's going to have to create something here, and he will. Drives into the lane, steps back across, takes a 2-point jumper to give them a 4-point lead here. 1:24 on the clock. They lead by 4. And it's going to be a timeout, Illawarra. It's a close one, this one. Close game alert for certain. It doesn't look like the timeout was taken. We're watching a replay. I'm very confused here. Straight back into the action in the end. Maybe the false alarm on the timeout. 97-95, 1:06 on the clock. Illawarra fans are on their feet trying to cheer their side home. Bryce Cotton's going to take it all on his shoulders. He's a 5-time MVP. He's happy to carry the load. Rakocevic. Cotton slides into the lane, doesn't get it to go. That'll be off Illawarra. It'll be Adelaide ball. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 54 on the game clock. They certainly know how to get the heart rates up. Dave Hickey wants his team to challenge it. I think that would be a wasteful challenge. Adelaide coach Mike Wells trying to bark instructions to his team. Dolan Cheatham's going to bring the inbound. 2-4 in their last 6. They need this win, Adelaide. It looked like it was in the bank when they led by 16 in that third quarter. Illawarra finished with a flurry to bring it down a little closer. But even at 9 points, it looked too big a margin to overturn. But they've done everything they can to bring it down, and there's one shot in it. It's a one-score game, 54.4 seconds on the clock. And don't be shy. Get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love it if you hit like on the video, subscribe on the channel, get involved in those comments. Cotton with the inbound here. 54.4 still. Illawarra, 7 points they've clawed back in this quarter. Fires it out. Flynn Cameron with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Drops it back. Cheatham. Cotton sweeping hard. It's over. He goes for the 3. Bryce Cotton doesn't go. Ball's out of bounds. Cotton tried to chase it down himself. 41.7 on the game clock. Illawarra here. Will they take the timeout and advance it? Try and manage the clock. Get a quick shot away. Quick 2 to level it. And then it'll be a possession each, you would think. OG, you took the 9 plus 950. Happy days. Good luck, my friend. That would be brilliant. That would be absolutely brilliant. Not long to play now. Timeout to get through. Don't forget the Ignite Cup final. The inaugural Ignite Cup final we've had on the Gold Coast, and the Adelaide 36ers and the New Zealand Breakers, the 22nd of February. So that'll be an interesting one. This will be our only game for the weekend with no Wednesday basketball now. We have a look at the games ahead. You do have Tasmania and Brisbane tomorrow night, into Perth and Cairns. New Zealand, Illawarra. It is frolling time. I think you're exactly right, Elijah. Melbourne United and Adelaide, that's going to be a big one, especially if Adelaide do get pipped here. And maybe we go to overtime just yet. Who knows? South East Melbourne, Sydney, another huge game. Currently second and third, but if Adelaide go down, it'll be first versus third. And then the Sunshine Wooden Spoon Bowl, Brisbane Bullets. Up against the Cairns Taipans. We will be back next Thursday night with Cairns and Melbourne United. McGee with the ball, gives it off. Harvey thought about the 3. QJ Peterson goes for it, and he hits it. Illawarra have the lead, but it is far from over. Daniel Greeter celebrating like they won the championship again. Still 35 seconds on the clock. I'll get another possession. Bryce Cotton is cool as a cucumber. If they don't hit here, Adelaide, they're going to have to foul. And they'll go into the bonus. Little jumper for 2. Cotton drains it. 23.8 seconds on the clock. Adelaide lead by 1. How well can Illawarra manage the clock here and make sure they hit that bucket? There'll be some victory. They trail by 16 in the third quarter. Harvey gets the shot away for 3. Doesn't go. McGee tries to draw the foul. They tip it home in the end. 5.7 on the clock. It's not going to go to overtime because it's 199. Adelaide will call a timeout. It was Swakala Bullock in the end. It was messy. It was scrappy. It did choose some extra time off the clock, though. My word, what a finish. OG's up and about. Cotton got it. Just wobbled around and dropped. 23.8 when they had it. Swakala Bullock inbounds. He went to Dave O'Hickey. Tyler Harvey worked it down. I thought he was risky when he was going for the 3 with still plenty of time on the clock. He got it down to 12, 11. Shot with 10.8 on the clock. Didn't go. They tried to tip it up. McGee tried a shot. Spun round the corner. And then 5.7 on the clock. It dropped in. My word, my word, my word. Yeah, the Hawks have got plenty of fouls to give. They've only had 1 foul. Interesting decision, though, if you are Tatum. Do you foul and force them to the line? When you force them to put up a shot with 5.7 on the clock? Well, that's the thing. You just got to make sure it's away from the lane, right, Elijah? You can chew a second up, half a second each time, just putting the pressure down. They got 3 to play with here. Also got a timeout if they get the ball. Cotton for 3. Doesn't go. They get the rebound. 2.2. They miss. Harvey comes away with it. No, that's Dave O'Hickey. He takes a shot from half court, and the Hawks have won. OG, my goodness. What a result. As I said, this league can and does have everything. Anything can happen. It will happen in the NBL. And you've seen it here. A 16-point lead in the third quarter. And Illawarra have chewed them down. My, oh my. What a result. Guys, if you like that, there's plenty more coming with plenty more NBL and plenty more content. I'd love it if you hit like. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Help us get to those 700 subs. Thank you for tuning in. New media, good to have you. OG, congratulations. Illawarra now. Let's have a look at the ladder. I'll come back through the points as well in a moment. But that will take Illawarra to 11 and 19. So they're 2 games behind, 11 and 18, sorry. So they're 2 wins behind Tasmania, but they've got a game in hand. So essentially, if they win all of their games from here and Tasmania drop 1, they'll just miss out probably on percentages, but it'll be tight. If they win all their games and Tasmania only win 1 of their 3, and Tasmania are a bit battered and broken at the moment, then all of a sudden you are looking at the Illawarra Hawks sneaking their way in the defending champions and causing some chaos just like that. So, still a lot of work to be done for Illawarra. We'll have a look at who they've got to come. They're back in action against New Zealand on Saturday night over in New Zealand, or Saturday evening. And then next up for them will be the Sydney Kings at home the Friday night after. Melbourne United, they're not easy games. And then the Tassie Jack Jumpers. So it may well come down to that game on Wednesday, the 18th of February. That is a key game because that is one. If Illawarra win that, it's double points essentially. And then they just need to seal out from there because that'll actually be the last game for both of those sides. So they'll know going into that if Tassie drop their games to South East Melbourne and Brisbane. But again, Tassie play Brisbane this week and Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. The Bullets could do them a huge favour tomorrow night. We'll wait and see. It may be all done and dusted, but yeah, as you say, Elijah, they played Tasmania last game. Let's run through the point scorers and we'll wrap things up. Starting with Adelaide, Bryce Cotton did absolutely everything he could. 28 points, 9 assists, 2 rebounds. A big night out for Bryce. That's why he is leading the MVP race. 14 points each for Nick Rakocevic. He also got 9 rebounds and 2 assists. 14 for Isaac Humphries with 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. 12 for John Jenkins. He went a little quiet in the second half. No rebounds, no assists. 10 for Flynn Cameron. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. 10 for Zylan Cheatham. And 13 rebounds, 7 assists. I got the numbers wrong before. I thought he had the triple-double. Just the double-double was 10 defensive rebounds I was looking at. He also got 2 steals and 2 blocks. So a good night out for Zylan, but not the result. He would have traded it for a result. JaVale McGee led the way for rebounds for Illawarra. 14 rebounds, 4 assists and 8 points. Tyler Harvey, 22 points, 3 assists, no rebounds. Dave O'Hickey, 22 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, so double-double for him as well. We then go back to QJ Peterson, 13 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 11 points for Wani Swakala Bullock, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, and Daniel Greeter, 10 points, no assists, 1 rebound. No assists, no rebounds, sorry, one steal. So that is it. A big thanks to all of you that have liked and subscribed. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Plenty of content dropping over the next week. We'll try and get some hoops hype videos, previewing some games out over the weekend. Won't be doing any live watch-alongs, but hopefully that'll help you with some bets. But until next week for the basketball and until the next video, which will be dropping in the early hours of tomorrow Australian time, huge thanks for tuning into your home of the black and white of sports. No great opinions here on the Chris McPherson Show, and what a thriller it was. Illawarra winning 100-99. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the comments next time.